Good evening. It is September 26th, 2020. It's 6 months into the pandemic, and it's truly difficult times given, on one end, we have all this freedom to stay at home, but on the flip side, we have all this freedom to stay at home, but not go outside. And during this time, for a person who used to love going out, traveling, seeing, exploring outdoor sports or photography, it has been quite difficult to stay at home and try to explore more in home activities or hobbies. I've tried out different methods like trying to learn the guitar or plants, planting, sketching, etc., but nothing stuck to me, I did not fail, but nothing really stuck to me. This morning, when I was listening to a podcast, I found an interesting new idea. There's this guy who simply, not simply, but who finds a very interesting article every day, 7 days a week, and just reads it out to his viewers. It's about finance, but it's still a lot of good learning. And for a person who is not passionate about reading per se, listening to the same article over a podcast makes it easier for me to learn as well as spend some quality time while also doing something else, like for example driving or just cooking or something else. So from his inspiration or inspired from him, I thought, why not explore my hobby or my interest in learning as well as finding some new articles and then just trying the same thing out. Basically, finding a new article or some interesting article frequently, what I really want to learn, and just read it out over here in this platform. This way, I get to explore this side of things as well as see whether this hobby will stick. And for a while now, I've been meaning to read this specific article, and I thought, why not start by just reading it out and seeing whether you know any viewers, if any, if there are out there, if it helps them, then it would be something that we can have a shared interest. I can read, I can learn, as well as someone listening or viewing this can also learn from this. So I found this article that, like I mentioned, I have been meaning to read for a while. It's called Ikigai, the Japanese secret to a long and happy life might just help you live a more meaningful life by Thomas Oppong. It's from the website medium.com. I just found it really, I have been meaning to read it. I have no connections to them, no connections to the author. But since I want to read this out, I thought, why not start reading it out right here on this platform? So, without further ado, I would like to start off by reading the first article. The title of the article is Ikigai, the Japanese secret to a long and happy life might just help you live a more fulfilling life. Author Thomas Oppong, website medium.com, article dated January 10th, 2018. In Japan, millions of people have Ikigai, pronounced Ikigai, a reason to jump out of bed each morning? What's your reason for getting up in the morning? The Japanese island of Okinawa, where Ikigai has its origin, is said to be home to the largest population of centenarians in the world. Could the concept of Ikigai contribute to longevity? Dan Buettner, author of Blue Zones, Lessons on Living Longer from People who have lived the longest, believes it does. According to Buettner, the concept of Ikigai is not exclusive to Okinawa. There might not be a word for it, but in all four blue zones, such as Sardinia and Nicoya Peninsula, the same concept exists among people living long lives. Buettner suggests making 3 lists: your values, things you like to do, and things you are good at. The cross section of the 3 lists is your Ikigai. Studies show that losing one's purpose can have detrimental effect. American mythologist and author Joseph Campbell once said, "My general formula for my students is follow your bliss, find where it is, and don't be afraid to follow it." Your Ikigai is at the intersection of what you are good at and what you love doing, says Hector Garcia, the co-author of Ikigai, the Japanese secret to a long and happy life. He writes, just as humans have lusted after objects and money since the dawn of time, other humans have felt dissatisfaction at the relentless pursuit of money and fame, and have instead focused on something bigger than their own material wealth. This has, over the years, been described using many different words and practices, but always hearkening back to the central core of meaningfulness in life. There's a Toronto Star illustrated here with 4 circles. The yellow circle on top reads, "What you love." The green circle on the left reads, "What you are good at." The blue circle at the bottom, "What you can be paid for." And the red circle on the right, "What the world needs." The intersection between what you love and what you're good at is passion. The intersection between what you are good at and what you can be paid for is profession. The intersection between what you can be paid for and what the world needs is vocation, and the intersection between what the world needs and what you love is mission. Then the intersection between what you love, what you're good at, and what you can be paid for is satisfaction but feeling of uselessness. What you are good at, what you can be paid for, and what the world needs has the intersection at comfortable but feeling of emptiness. What you can be paid for, what the world needs, and what you love leads to excitement and complacency, but sense of uncertainty. And the intersection between what the world needs, what you love, and what you're good at leads to delight and fullness, but no wealth. The intersection of all 4, what you love, what you're good at, what you can be paid for, and what the world needs, is Ikigai, a Japanese concept meaning a reason for being. Further down the article, it continues, Ikigai is seen as the convergence of 4 primary elements: what you love, in parentheses, your passion. What the world needs, your mission. What you're good at, your vocation. And what you can be paid for, your profession. Discovering your own Ikigai is said to bring fulfillment, happiness, and make you live longer. Want to find your Ikigai? Ask yourself the following four questions. What do I love? What am I good at? What can I be paid for now? Or something that could transform into my future hustle? What does the world need? In their book, The Ikigai, The Japanese Secret to a Long and Happy Life, Hector Garcia and Francesc Miralles break down the 10 rules that can help anyone find their own Ikigai. Stay active and don't retire. Leave urgency behind and adopt a slower pace of life. Only eat until you're 80% full. Surround yourself with good friends. Get in shape through daily, gentle exercise. Smile and acknowledge people around you. Reconnect with nature. Give thanks to anything that brightens our day and makes us feel alive. Live in the moment. Follow your Ikigai. What you deeply care about can unlock your Ikigai. Follow your curiosity. Philosopher and civil rights leader Howard W. Thurman said, "Ask what makes you come alive and go do it. Don't ask the world, I'm sorry, don't ask what the world needs. Ask what makes you come alive and go do it. Because what the world needs is people who have come alive." The problem for millions of people is that they stop being curious about new experiences as they assume responsibilities and build routines. Their sense of wonder starts to escape them. But you can change that, especially if you are looking, especially if you are still looking for meaning and fulfillment in what you do daily. Albert Einstein encourages us to pursue our curiosities. He once said, "Don't think about why you question. Simply don't stop questioning. Don't worry about what you can't answer. And don't try to explain what you can't know. Curiosity is its own reason. Aren't you in awe when you contemplate the mysteries of eternity, of life, of the marvelous structure behind reality? And this is the miracle of the human mind, to use its constructions, concepts, and formulas as tools to explain what man sees, feels, and touches. Try to comprehend a little more each day. Have holy curiosity." End quote. A classic example is Steve Jobs' curiosity for typefaces, which led him to attend a seemingly useless class on typography and to develop his design sensibility. Later, this sensibility became an essential part of Apple computers and Apple's core differentiator in the market. We are born curious. Our insatiable drive to learn, invent, explore, and study deserves to have the same status as every other drive in our lives. Fulfillment is fast becoming the main priority for most of us. Millions of people still struggle to find what they are meant to do, what excites them, what makes them lose the sense of time, what brings out the best in them. Our intuition and curiosity are very powerful internal compasses to help us connect with our Ikigai. Hector Garcia and Francesc Miralles write, "What is the one simple thing you could do or be today that would be an expression of your Ikigai. Find it and pursue it with all you have. Anything less is not worth your limited time on planet Earth. Before you go, if you enjoyed this post, you will love Postantly Weekly, my personal newsletter where I share tools for productivity, wealth, health, and personal growth. So, that was the first article I read to you. The link for this is in the description below, and I take no credit for the article or its content. I just enjoyed reading it, and so I added this to my collection. I'll continue doing this, one article at a time, something that interests me. And over time, hopefully, my quality of presentation, my elocution, and everything improves, and I hope it does, because that's also something I would like to earn through this medium. Thank you, everyone.